You wake up, grab your phone before your feet even touch the floor, skip breakfast because you're running late, sit at a desk for 8 hours, drink 2 cups of coffee instead of water, stay up past midnight scrolling, and tell yourself you'll fix it tomorrow. Sound familiar? Doctors are now warning that it's not the big dramatic health disasters that are destroying people's bodies the fastest. It's these small, boring, everyday habits that feel completely harmless. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. So today on Health Pathway Hub, we're breaking down 7 daily habits that medical professionals say are quietly wrecking your health, one ordinary day at a time. And by the end of this video, you're going to look at your own routine completely differently. So stay with me, because habit number 4 is the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be affecting you right now as you watch this. Let's start with habit number 1, checking your phone the second you wake up. Doctors call this cognitive hijacking, because the moment you open your eyes and reach for that screen, your brain gets flooded with stress hormones before you've even had a chance to think clearly. Your nervous system goes from a calm, restful state straight into fight or flight mode, all because of a notification, an email, or a headline. And over time, this trains your brain to associate mornings with anxiety instead of peace. Physicians say this single habit alone can raise cortisol levels enough to affect your mood, your focus, and even your blood pressure for hours afterward. And the fix doctors recommend is simple. Give yourself just 10 minutes before touching your phone. Stretch, breathe, drink water, let your brain wake up naturally. And it sounds small, but cardiologists say this one change alone has helped patients lower their morning stress response significantly. Habit number 2 is sitting for long stretches without moving. We already know sitting is bad, but what doctors are now emphasizing is just how fast the damage begins. Because research shows that after just 30 minutes of sitting, your metabolism slows down and blood flow to your legs drops. And if you do that for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you're looking at increased risk of poor circulation, blood clots, and even long-term heart strain, regardless of how much you exercise after work. Doctors call this the active couch potato problem, where people work out for an hour, but then sit completely still for the other 15. And the solution isn't complicated. Stand up every 30 to 45 minutes. Walk for even 2 minutes. Stretch your legs, because your body isn't designed to stay frozen for hours. And these tiny movement breaks can completely change how your circulatory system functions over time. Habit number 3 is not drinking enough water and replacing it with coffee, tea, or soda instead. Mild dehydration doesn't feel dramatic. You don't collapse. You just feel a little tired, a little foggy, maybe a slight headache, and most people brush that off. But doctors say even a small drop in hydration can reduce cognitive performance, slow digestion, and put extra strain on your kidneys, especially if you're relying on caffeinated drinks that actually pull more water out of your system. And this becomes a slow, silent cycle. You feel tired, you drink more coffee, you get more dehydrated, and the fatigue never actually goes away. Physicians recommend keeping a water bottle visible at your desk, not because it looks nice, but because visibility alone increases how much people drink throughout the day. And it's such a simple fix, yet doctors say dehydration is one of the most underdiagnosed contributors to daily fatigue. Now, here's habit number 4, the one most people never even consider: chronic mouth breathing, especially during sleep. This might sound strange, but ENT doctors and sleep specialists have been raising alarms about this for years. Because breathing through your mouth instead of your nose reduces oxygen efficiency, dries out your airway, and has been linked to poor sleep quality, morning headaches, and even long-term changes in jaw and facial structure in children. And for adults, it often shows up as waking up tired no matter how many hours you slept. Nasal breathing filters air, regulates temperature, and triggers the production of nitric oxide, which actually helps your blood vessels function better. So doctors suggest simply becoming aware of whether you breathe through your nose during the day. And if you wake up with a dry mouth every morning, that's often a sign worth paying attention to, since this one habit alone has been connected to poor sleep recovery in people who otherwise think they're doing everything right. Habit number 5 is skipping meals or eating at wildly inconsistent times. When you skip breakfast, delay lunch, then eat a massive dinner late at night, doctors say you're putting your blood sugar on a roller coaster. And this doesn't just cause energy crashes. Over months and years, it can contribute to insulin resistance, irregular hunger signals, and unwanted weight gain, even if your total calorie intake stays the same. Your body thrives on rhythm, And when you eat at unpredictable times, your metabolism struggles to keep up. So doctors are increasingly seeing this pattern in people who insist they don't eat that much, yet still struggle with energy and weight. And the advice here isn't about extreme dieting, it's about consistency, because eating around similar times each day helps regulate hunger hormones and gives your digestive system a predictable rhythm to work with. Habit number 6 is scrolling on your phone right before bed. We all know screens are bad for sleep, but doctors want people to understand exactly why. And it's not just the blue light, it's the mental stimulation. Because scrolling through social media, news, or messages keeps your brain in an alert, reactive state right when it should be slowing down and preparing for rest. And this delays the release of melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy, pushing your natural sleep window back by an hour or more without you even realizing it. Doctors describe this as revenge bedtime procrastination, where people sacrifice sleep because it's the only time they feel like they have control over their day. And the problem is that poor sleep affects nearly everything: memory, mood, immune function, even how your body processes stress the next day. So physicians recommend a screen cutoff at least 30 minutes before bed, replacing that time with something calming, like reading, stretching, or simply dimming the lights. And finally, habit number 7, the most overlooked one of all: chronic low-level stress that people don't even recognize as stress. This isn't about major life crises. It's the constant background hum of rushing, multitasking, worrying about deadlines, and never fully relaxing even during downtime. And doctors say this type of stress is dangerous precisely because it doesn't feel urgent. It doesn't send you to the emergency room. Instead, it quietly raises cortisol levels day after day, which over time has been linked to inflammation, weakened immune response, digestive issues, and increased risk of heart problems. And many people live in this state for years without realizing it's become their normal. Physicians emphasize that managing this isn't about eliminating stress completely. That's unrealistic. But about creating small daily moments of actual rest. Real rest. Not scrolling, not multitasking, but genuine stillness, even for just 5 or 10 minutes a day, has been shown to measurably lower cortisol levels over time. So there you have it. 7 habits that seem harmless on the surface, but that doctors say are quietly shaping your long-term health every single day. And the scary part isn't any one of these habits alone. It's that most people are doing 4, 5, even 6 of them at the same time every single day without ever connecting the dots. The good news is that none of these fixes require a complete life overhaul, and small, consistent changes, drinking more water, moving every 30 minutes, breathing through your nose, eating on a rhythm, something in your own daily routine. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to Health Pathway Hub for more science-backed health content, and drop a comment letting us know which one of these 7 habits surprised you the most, because your future self will thank you for paying attention.